Welcome to the AI for Career Success video overview by Curt Robbins, where we help you get smarter than your competition. Today, we are diving into something huge, a real game changer, the potential IPO for SpaceX. Now, all of this buzz really kicked into high gear in early December 2025. You probably saw it lighting up LinkedIn, sparked by some huge initial reports from Bloomberg and Reuters.
All right, let's just get right to it. The number that has everybody talking, $1.5 trillion. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. That's the rumored valuation we're looking at if SpaceX decides to go public. It's one of those numbers that's so massive, it's kind of hard to even wrap your head around, right? So we're going to break it down and figure out what it really means. So here's our game plan for today. We'll kick things off by looking at just how colossal this IPO could be. Then we'll ask the big question, why now? From there, we'll get into the debate about that massive valuation. Then, and this is the really interesting part, we'll uncover the hidden AI strategy behind it all. And to wrap it up, we'll look at how this could literally open the floodgates for the entire market.
All right, Section 1, a truly colossal IPO. And believe me, the subtitle says it all. This could be the biggest launch since, well, ever.
Okay, so check out these numbers because they're pretty wild. We're hearing the target date is sometime in mid to late 2026, and the goal to raise significantly more than $30 billion. Now, just to give you some perspective, the biggest IPO in history was Alibaba back in 2014, and that was $25 billion. So yeah, this wouldn't just beat the record, it would absolutely demolish it. We're talking about an IPO that would instantly make SpaceX one of the 10 biggest companies in the entire world.
Okay, so that brings up a really important question. Why go public now? I mean, Elon Musk has been famous for keeping SpaceX private for, well, forever. So what gives? What's the big push and pull that's suddenly nudging this giant towards the public market?
Well, it really boils down to a few key things. First up, you've got some regulatory pressure. An analyst named Pierre Leonette pointed out that they're getting close to that 2,000 shareholder limit, which is a big deal because once you hit that, you basically have to start reporting your financials like a public company anyway. So there's that. Then there's just the insane cost of their ambitions. You know, building Starship, that's burning through something like $2 billion a year. And on top of all that, Starlink needs a huge pile of cash to keep growing and expand into its next phase.
And that need for cash, well, it leads us right into the biggest debate of all. Justifying that valuation. Is it ambition or is it just absurdity? Let's get into it.
So let's just ask it straight up. Is a $1.5 trillion valuation ludicrous? And I'm borrowing that word directly from an analyst because, a lot of people in the financial world are raising their eyebrows, and you can't really blame them.
This quote from Pierre Leonette really hits the nail on the head. He's pointing out that with their 2025 revenues expected to be under $20 billion, a valuation of $1.5 trillion gives them what's called an EV to sales ratio of over 75. So what does that mean in plain English? It means investors would be paying more than $75 for every single dollar of sales the company makes. That's a wild premium. It's the kind of number you see when the market expects absolutely explosive growth, the kind that's almost never been seen before.
And just look at this table. This really puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? At $1.5 trillion, SpaceX would be bigger than Tesla, and right up there in the same league as giants like Meta and Saudi Aramco. I mean, we are talking about a truly massive company.
Okay, but despite those crazy high numbers, there's another side to this coin. The short answer? Investors are probably going to be very eager. As Bailey Lipschultz over at Bloomberg said, the appetite for this is just going to be enormous. And why is that? Well, think about it. How many companies out there give you a pure play investment in the future of space, global connectivity, and, as we're about to see, AI? Not many. Investors are absolutely starving for something like this.
And that brings us to the real secret sauce here, especially for all of you watching, the hidden AI strategy. Because if you really want to understand where that $1.5 trillion number comes from, you have to get one thing straight. This isn't just about rockets anymore.
So let's break down how all these pieces of the puzzle fit together. It's like a three-step system. Step 1, you've got Starlink. That's the global connectivity layer, the internet everywhere. Step 2, you have SpaceX itself. That's the transport and the energy, the physical infrastructure, the rockets, the ground stations, all of it. And then step 3, you have XAI. That's the brains of the operation, the AI compute layer that sits on top of everything else. When you put it all together, what you get is a completely vertically integrated ecosystem. And this quote from Michael Skarzinski just says it all perfectly. The idea is that you're not valuing SpaceX as just a rocket company anymore. You're valuing it as the physical backbone for Musk's entire AI and compute ecosystem. And when you start thinking about it that way, well, the whole valuation game changes.
So let's zoom out for a second. What does all this mean for the rest of the market? Because this one IPO could end up reshaping everything. It's all about opening the floodgates.
And to get why, you need to know this term, centicorns. You've heard of unicorns, right? Well, centicorns are the next level up. They're private companies valued at over $100 billion. And for a long time now, a whole bunch of them have been just sitting on the sidelines, staying private.
And we're not talking about small change here. The total value of these private centicorns is estimated to be $2.9 trillion. That is a mountain of cash just waiting in the private markets, looking for a reason to go public.
A successful SpaceX IPO, that could be the catalyst everyone's been waiting for. I mean, think about it. If the market shows it can handle a monster IPO like this, it's basically a giant green light for all those other centicorns. The before is them sitting on the sidelines. The after? The floodgates could burst wide open on Wall Street, kicking off a whole new wave of mega IPOs.
So that leaves us with one final huge question to chew on. Is this really just about one company going public? Or is this something bigger? Could this be the very moment that the AI, space, and energy industries finally merge into one single vertically integrated stack, and in doing so completely reshape the future of technology as we know it?
Hey, thank you so much for watching. This is where we teach you AI and help you get smarter than your competition. So, if you got something out of this overview, we'd love it if you'd subscribe to the AI for Career Success YouTube channel. And of course, please don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. It makes a huge difference and helps us reach more people. We'll see you in the next one.